Now, you've been told to eat less and move more, and that's what's going to have you losing the weight that you want. And counting calories is going to be an important part for you burning the fat off. But really, it's a lie. It's hard, it's confusing, and it's just not fun having to go through each and every day. Who wants to get their phone and their calorie tracking app out at every single meal? Who wants to be doing the mental math to try and figure out if you can eat something or if you can't? Let's make this so much easier and simpler for you. And in this episode, I'm going to be walking you through a part of a critical, really easy to use portion control guide. Now, there's bad news and there's good news when it comes to calorie counting. And the bad news is it's so hard and confusing, and you can be getting it so wrong. So much so that there can at least be a 25% difference between what you think you're taking in to what's actually going into your body. So that energy equation of calories in versus calories out can be so wrong. And on the flip side, trying to work out how many calories you're actually burning throughout the day can have another 25% variation. So what you think you're going through each day can actually be completely wrong. But the good news is it can be so much easier and simpler. So let's go through that right now. And this is why in the My Body Blends community, we've structured a really easy to follow meal plan. It's just simply the PVFC meal guide. Your proteins, your veggies, your fats, and your carbohydrates. And using what I'm about to give you right now, you're going to know exactly how each plate is going to look as you go through each day. Because portion control is obviously so important when it comes to you losing weight. I'm not saying that calories don't matter at all. What I'm really saying is you don't need to count calories, and we can do this in a much easier way. So when you go back to our number one foundational step of what we use with My Body Blends is eating nutrient dense whole foods. So really your food choices is the first step to making sure that you're able to take care of your body and health the right way. And then once you've chosen those foods, how much of those foods are you going to eat? And this is where I want to give credit where credit is really due. And a huge thank you to Dr. John Berardi and Precision Nutrition as where this portion control guides really come from. And I've been using it for years, not only with myself, but also with all my private clients and members, and it's just works so well. So here's how it works. When it comes to your protein, it's your palm size of how much protein you're going to be having that's on your plate. When it comes to your vegetables, it's your fist. And then when it comes to your fats, it's simply your thumb, and then when it comes to your carbohydrates, it's a cupped hand's worth. So when using a really simple PVFC meal guide, we know how much protein, how much vegetables, how much fat, and how much carbs you need to be having on each of your plates. Then we can even start using some more advanced diet strategies, and I'll walk that through you in just a second. So then this breaks into how your meals can look. Let's walk through this right now. For men, 2 palms of protein with each meal, and then there's 2 fists of vegetables with each meal. Then we can have, if you're going to be including carbohydrates, 2 cupped hands for that meal, and then if you're going to be including fats, it's going to be 2 entire thumbs worths of fats in that meal. Now let's look at it for the ladies. It's going to be 1 palm size of protein with each meal. Then we look at vegetables, which is going to be 1 fist size with each meal. If you're going to be including carbohydrates in that meal, there's going to be 1 cupped hands worth, and then if there's going to be included with fats, it's going to be 1 entire thumbs worth with that selected meal. So then now, let me walk you through how to use this with a more advanced method of diet, and that could be, say, carb cycling. Because we know your proteins, your veggies, your fats, and your carbs, you want to be timing your carbohydrates, for instance, at the right times. So let's just say you want to be eating your carbohydrates after your weight training workouts, when your body is primed and ready to use those carbohydrates for recovery and fuel into your muscles. So then we know if you're going to be eating carbs post-workout, that meal is going to be including your protein, your vegetables, and your carbohydrates. So say your meals before your training, that's where you can be including your proteins, your vegetables, and your fats. So then each and every day, you're able to go through looking at your meal, knowing how much food needs to be on that plate, and we can take those extra steps forward. And that's exactly why I've designed My Body Blends community to do what it does, to give you the knowledge, to give you the empowerment to know how to go through each and every day, not having to follow through deprivation diets, not having to count your calories, not having to be stressed over what you need to be doing to look and feel the way that you want. And that's where you're going through things such as cutting carbs, cutting calories, not knowing what foods to eat. You've got good foods, you've got bad foods, and it can all become too confusing. And I think this is one of the main problems, one of the main obstacles so many people have right now, is they're thinking it's so complex to be able to look great and to be able to get into the body shape that they want. And really it's not. And that's exactly what I want to walk you through. And really the simplicity of this is why it works so well. Once you're using the number one foundational step of what we use with My Body Blends, of eating nutrient-dense, wholesome foods, making the best food choices to start off with, then you've got this portion control guide right now to know how much of those foods that you're going to be eating. So I want you to put this to the test right now, and if you think this is really good, I would love for you to click like and share this out to your friends and family as well. I want to be able to get you and everyone on board the My Body Blends movement, which is really about making you get into the shape that you want, taking care of your health and making it simple and easy. Now it's time for you to get the most out of this and comment below. This is where I will personally come in and give you the answers that you need. And as always, the best discussions happen over at mybodyblends.com. This is where I can give you all the guides, programs and insights that I can't fit in these episodes. Plus the free diets and workouts are there waiting for you now. And if you did like this episode, then be sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode and I can send them straight to you. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon here and in the My Body Blends only community.